You can't, how can you debate with opinions? You're never going to reach any kind of resolution or agreement or anything, because you can't substantiate an opinion, because that's what it is. It's an opinion. Get out of the sink, weird cat. Yeah, you. Hey, Kiko. I hope I said your name right. Get out of the sink. And I even sent her like the articles, well, some of the articles that I was going to use, and she was adamant that that's not what she's doing. So yeah, it's a load of rubbish, and I'll prove that by me being there for the debate tomorrow. Obviously she won't be there, so we'll just have people in the boxes instead. Because it's some madness. It is a madness when you actually like think about it. It's a crazy madness. Oh. Well, like my surgeon did shout at me the other day when I was like, I've started smoking, but I hardly ever do it. I hardly ever smoke. It's only very occasionally. And he was still like, it's so dangerous. And then it ran out, like the pouch ran out last night, and I was like, right, that's it. I'm going to listen to the surgeon. And then I ended up in Asda this morning. Michelle's just sent a uni to hustle. Wait, is he getting his 5 unis? Oh no, that was just one. I don't know. I feel like it's dead frustrating, because like, do you know, why are you asking me for my company name, man? I don't have one. See, I knew I wouldn't stop doing it. I knew I'd carry on doing it on my phone. I'll have to speak to someone who does TikTok shop to tell me how to do it, because I would literally love to be like, this is good. Yeah, like the bravado was wild. Like, it's annoying, right? Because she's blocked me now, you can't see all of the comments that were on my video. Because I made that video, didn't I? Like, call it, like, saying, like, come and have a debate. And she made so many comments on there. Michelle's going crazy. She made so many comments on there. Like, I am so up for this. Like, no, you're not. No, you're not. And if cream tea's like the issue, then arrange another day. Like, say a different day. Hi, Jodie. Like, do another day, but you're using the cream tea excuse and the family excuse, and then you're also saying, well, I'm just not going to debate her because she wants to use facts in a debate. Like, what planet? So the principle of what I wanted to talk to her about is like, I wanted to kind of get an understanding of her understanding of things, because I genuinely don't think that she knows much about things. Like, I've heard her briefly mention like the definition of being transgender before, and she stated it as transitioning, which obviously it's not. I wanted to kind of get a bit of an understanding of how she understands things to be, and I wanted to see how she validates being able to like ascertain which people are genuine, because she can like so readily go and call Elphaba a man, but like how, like she's not in Elphaba's head, she's not in any other person's head. Like, how do you know? Like, how can you literally say you are faking it, and based on what? Like based on, let me go and get my notepad. I've just found a timeline called Manky something timeline. Right. Like, one of the questions I wanted to ask her. Yeah, exactly. And like, and the fact is, like, hang on. The fact is, she was saying, like, like, some of the messages she sent me were so funny. I can pull them up, actually. Hang on. I won't show them just now, but I can read them out. So it was very, very patronising. Like, are you aware that under the Equality Act, transgender people are only protected when they have had surgery? Are you aware that, hang on, there was something about gender dysphoria, let me find it. Because, like, I can immediately just say, no, that's wrong, and prove it in a second. But this is the thing, she didn't, and thank you for the hammies while I was in the other room. Like, she didn't want to do that because maybe she clicked the link, maybe she clicked the articles that I sent her and realised, like, hang on, she's right. She's, like, this is a you know, it was a gender GP page, one of the ones that I sent her to. And she might have read it and seen, hang on, she's right. So I can't argue against that with an opinion, because a fact trumps an opinion. So one of the messages she sent to me was, are you aware that on the NHS, not gender GP, in order to start a transition, you need to have a diagnosis of gender dysphoria? I'm like, babes, I'm the one sending you articles from gender GP, and you're asking me if I know that? Like, what? So I said, just to clarify, you said to transition, not to be transgender. And she said, my friend didn't get to start without it. I have my opinion, and I won't be changing it. So I said, because transitioning is something that people with gender dysphoria do. If you don't have gender dysphoria, then you won't be undertaking any forms of medical transition because you don't have dysphoria. And then she said, then she said, that she's written stuff on different lines. I'll do the debate my way, you do it yours. Yeah, it is. And then I said, well, of course you need gender dysphoria to begin treatment for it. Like, it's a medical condition. Like, if you go into the doctors and say, yo, I think I got thrush, mate, they're not going to give you Canesten unless you're diagnosed with thrush. So you're not going to get treatment for gender dysphoria if you don't have gender dysphoria. Like, how do you not get that? So then I said, why would someone without gender dysphoria seek medical intervention for something they don't have? Do you not see the lack of logic in what you've just said? And then she said to me, very patronisingly, you do realise on the NHS, you won't get hormones to transition unless you have dysphoria. Like, have you just read what I've written? Like, oh, I know, thrush was a bad example. Thrush was a really bad example, actually. I just wanted to say thrush. But yeah, like, do I realise that? Yes, because I've literally just sent 4 messages that literally state that. Like, what? But like this is a really, really, really long interchange. Like, we were talking for not constantly, but, you know, like, talking for over hours about this. Sorry if you could hear me slurping. Oh, bugger. We're done. There we go. And another thing was, so in my video, like if you see my video, I said to her, like, you know, blah blah blah, let's have a debate. And honestly, like honestly, this was never going to be like me attacking Scouts. I wanted to just like have a conversation with her. Like, I'm not the type of person who just go and like scream at people. Only a very select few. So I said to her, like, you know, set a date, get your evidence together, any medical journals that you want to reference, anything like that, you know, bring it along. And then her message to me was, hey, I'm more than happy to do this, but please show your face when we're doing this. Which I was literally gonna, like, I was in a box battle last night with my camera on for over an hour. I don't hide my face. I'm a gingerbread man because I look like shit and I'd just rather not have it on right now. Oh yeah, I was reading the message. So, hey, I'm more than happy to do this, but please show your face when we're doing this. I don't have medical records because I'm not trans. Yeah. I don't have medical records because I'm not trans, but there is evidence out there of alphabet. Like, and I should have known from that message that this was the way it was going to go. But yeah, like I wasn't asking for your medical records, babe. Like I was saying bring along medical journals like PubMed, NIH, etc. Like, I didn't want to see your NHS login, anything like that, because it's irrelevant. My mouth is dead dry too. Just trying to see if there's anything else of interest. And she kept asking me, like, she kept asking me to confirm, like, Tuesday next week, 1 p.m. face to face. Do you agree to Tuesday at 1 p.m. face to face? Like, yeah. Oh, I know. Do you know what it is? It's because, like, after the surgery, I can't guzzle. Like, you know, like if you're really thirsty and you just like can guzzle a pint. I can't do that anymore. I can guzzle maybe 3 or 4 swigs. So I'm never fully hydrated, and then when I start talking, that makes me dry. In fact, I really want to find my Snow Fairy lip balm. There it is. Yeah, so I don't know why she was constantly asking for confirmation of it, and then bailed for no reason. Like, cream tea is not a reason. We had plans. And you cancelled them. Oh yeah, so like, I'll probably go over this as well tomorrow but I said, I hope you're all prepared, and I mean properly prepared, because I am. I've already got 2 pages of A4 written out, no slacking. And she said, lol, see, I'll just use videos on TikTok and speak my mind. I don't need to write stuff down. Like, you know, I don't need to write stuff down, but I'd rather have it written down so I can not forget important things. It's the ADHD, guys. I would literally forget important things that I wanted to say, so I jot it all down, and I know it's there. So yeah, she said I'll use videos on TikTok and speak my mind. I've not seen your post, but I'll go and watch it in a second. Hey, Leanne. So I said, videos on TikTok aren't really proof of anything, though, to be fair. I'm using sources from NIH PubMed. And then she said, they are when it comes to alphabet, and why I speak just on them. I'll be incorporating other sources as well. Did you manage to look at the video I tagged you in on my backup? will you be doing the same for Poker and Jojo? Because she's trying to drag other people into this now. So, and this just goes to show how little conviction she's got, because she's the one who's going live every night talking about it and not showing any knowledge. Apparently you've not listened to anyone who is trans. She knows nothing about me. Like, I've got many friends who are trans, and none of them would misgender someone just because they don't fit the cookie cutter of what it's supposed to be. So yeah, she's asking me to then go and call out people who have now fell out with her. But is that the point? Like, if she's so determined with her views, then why can't she just have the conversation herself? Why is she saying to me, well, you need to go and call this person out. You need to go and call this person out. One sec. Ow. And then she said, because if not, you can't really call me out as transphobic. No, we can. And we are. Yes, Gal Slayer. We can and we are, because that is the vibe you're giving. And since you've got absolutely nothing to back it up other than saying, well, I saw a video on TikTok. I'm not speaking out in defence of Elphaba. But she's obviously the person that is being called out here by her. But Elphaba is one of thousands upon thousands and thousands and thousands of trans people who have, for whatever the reason, and whatever the reason is, it's a valid one, where they've not begun transition. And then she was asking me again, have you watched the video I've tagged you in? No, bitch, I've not. I'm trying to have a conversation with you here. Stop asking me to go and watch TikTok videos. I know, and she keeps using that word. And, like, if you learn, if you find out, and she Googled it herself, didn't she, on live, and you find out it's a slur, then stop using it. I know, I can't believe I've been blocked. Like, it's quite funny. Like, this time last week, I was still a mod. But I was never like an active mod. I just was a mod. But how the times change, hey? But she changes too, because I think it was on the 3rd of November, she actually made a video calling out EQ for being transphobic. Funny. Then she said, I will have vids of Elphaba because I only spoke on them. But, like, she didn't. It doesn't work that way. And this is what I don't understand, how it can't get in her head. Like, if you're transphobic I'm going to come on soon, okay? I will be on soon if you're going to still be on Fabric. If you're going to use something that is just simply not conforming to her, I don't even know what the word is, just pathetic standards, then everybody else who is at that stage, then by proxy she's also calling them out, because that's where they are too. She does. She kind of tries to make Elphaba be a spokesperson for a community that you can't force that upon somebody. Like, you just can't. Like, I'm a bisexual woman, and I do not feel any sort of bond or community aspect with anybody else who's bisexual, because it just depends on if they're a nice person or not. Like, I don't have some automatic community bond with someone just because they fancy men and women. And I think I find that like a weird prospect, because like why would my actions have to represent that? Because that's what's being put on Elphaba here. And you know, there's probably other Elphabas in the world, like, you know, on different apps in different countries. And did I say that? It's because I have to carry him on Fortnite all night. I think this might have been a comment that resonated a bit. Let me just read out what I said first. It's hard reading out a conversation because I don't want to read out like the entire thing, although I will. But, you know, just to kind of, for context. So I basically said, so? Oh, she said Elphaba show no transition in doing so. What? I'm doing wrong words. She said Elphaba show no interest in doing so from the clips I've seen. All right, so just from the clips you've seen. Just from the FYP, because that's what life's all about, Skull Slayer, isn't it, right? So I said, so trans people don't have to transition at all, let alone in a rush, regardless of if they have the money to do it or not. Having gender reassignment surgery doesn't change their incongruency with their gender, which is a crucial part that makes them transgender. And then she said, again, you can have your... I should have done voices for this, shouldn't I? I should have done voices. I'll do that tomorrow. She said, again, you can have your opinion and base that on facts, but for me, feelings come into this. The amount trans people that Elphaba have affected is immense. I certainly won't tell a trans person they are wrong for calling Elphaba a he. Never once did I say there was a time scale. I think we should do facts and opinions. Well, why the hell have you cancelled then, Skull Slayer? Why have you cancelled them? You literally said facts and opinions, but you were refusing to use any facts. Hey, can I do the people's elbow? I mean the people's eyebrow. Nearly. Like I said, I respect your opinion and what you will say. I'm also going to be asking for trans people's opinion on Elphaba too. Do they class them a he or a she, and why? Like, what relevance has that got? Like, someone's opinion on another person doesn't change that person, does it? Like, if you go and ask a million people, am I a knobhead? And they say no. Like, doesn't change the fact that I'm a knobhead, do you know what I mean? And then she mentioned Manda for some reason. She said, oh, Manda's loving this. Manda's loving what? Why would Manda even be watching? I'm going to do... So then she started mentioning about the people that Elphaba had affected. So I said to her, hypothetically speaking, of course, because, I just like that, but she won't get the notification for it because she's blocked me. Hi, Mazza, I feel like, where have you been? Hang on, let me go back to that. So I said, well, what about the amount of trans people EQ could have affected by calling someone a crossdresser? Will you say that EQ isn't trans because she's affected trans people? And just for clarity, that is just a complete hypothetical, because it's just kind of, I'm just kind of trying to follow her line of logic with that question. The things that this is what I said, the things that Elphaba's done might make her a glaring cunt, but it has no impact on her gender identity. That's my entire point. And then she said, why would I say EQ isn't trans when she literally is? Yes, she is. Like, and Elphaba literally is. So why is it all right for you to say otherwise? Like, huh? So I said, so why is she trans and Elphaba isn't? And she said, because Elphaba hasn't even started their transition. There's no... This is said in context. There's no dysphagia. They're talking about growing a beard out now. If they were truly a trans woman, that would not be a thought they would have. How do you know, Scouse Slayer? Are you a trans woman? No. So how would you know that that would never be a thought that she would have? How would you know that? And it's called dysphoria too, not dysphagia. I think dysphagia is actually something that is wrong with your hip. Oh no, that's dysplasia. What's dysphagia? I know the hip one is hip dysplasia, but this is dysphasia. Dysphasa. I haven't actually Googled it yet to try and figure out what that word is. Speech. But yeah. And they're talking about growing a beard out now. Like, if you're trans and you don't have dysphoria regarding your beard, then why does Scouse Slayer get to say that you must shave off that beard, you must go through painful electrolysis to be a woman? One of the questions that I'd written down, actually, that I really wanted to ask her was, what makes you a woman? Like, I wanted to know. I wanted her to answer me this. Like, what makes you a woman? I nearly said alphabet then. What makes you a woman, Scouse Slayer? Like, tell me your attributes. And part of these pages was me putting myself in her position and thinking, how is she going to answer this? And having a comeback for every single thing that she would answer me. Any single thing that she would say, I had a comeback. Because I actually was taking this seriously, Scouse. And I did actually prepare for it. So, for instance, what makes you a woman, Scouse? Well, I've got XX chromosomes. Okay, cool. So, there are males born with, so they are male, like genotypically male, so phenotypically male, but their genotype is XX, like they're born with XX chromosomes, but they're male, they're men, everything about them is male except for the chromosomes. So would they be women, Scouse? Because they've got the XX chromosomes. No, are you gonna surrender on that one? Okay, no worries. So what else makes you a woman, Scouse? Well, I've got kids and I've got a womb and that. Okay. So there are women in the world who have got MRKH syndrome, and I'm not going to tell you what that stands for because I just can't remember and I didn't write it down. But these are women who are just completely genotypically female. Everything about them is female. Their chromosomes, they have all of the outward facing characteristics that are female, but they just were born without a uterus or a vagina. So are they women? And similarly, obviously this one's not as applicable because this is something that's like a modification of the natural body, but women who have had I forgot the word for it. Uter removal. Hysterectomy. Women who've had a hysterectomy who might not have the uterus, are they infertile women who can't get pregnant naturally? Are they still women? Or women with Turner syndrome who are missing their X chromosome and are usually born with an underdeveloped uterus. Like, do they fit into your category, or are you shunning them as well because there's a little discrepancy that just fits this normal woman? Yeah, Stoney, I did have some stuff about that, like about Swyer syndrome, Klinefelter, and La Chapelle. Like, honestly, I had so much stuff to fire at her to ask for the response. see, Frankie, like in the past, I might have even like gone in debates with trans people, but like, now I wouldn't, because I don't think it's my place to be telling a person who is something anything about it. Like, there's people who do. If you ever watch any of like the American debate lives, there's many people where there'll be two trans women having a debate on complete different sides of the spectrum. But no, I wouldn't. I'd never go to EQ and argue and say you're wrong, because for one, EQ knows what she's talking about. Like, there's valid arguments on each side of the coin. This is the point. Like, there's valid arguments. Like, I'll watch some debates sometimes where the host is someone I just completely disagree with, but they have got evidence. Like, there's you can pretty much find evidence for most things. Like, they've got evidence to back up what they're saying. And if Scouse was actually fully behind what she was saying, then she'd have that. She'd come along and be like, well, I don't think that she is because of this, this and this, but that she didn't have any of that. Like, she didn't. I think she thought that we were just going to go live and have an argument or a debate like some other creators do, where it is just an argument, a free-for-all. Which is not what I'd be about. I wanted to ask her what makes trans people who are pre-gender affirming her not trans, because that was her whole thing that she was going off. Yeah, if you can't send it to me on here, I've got something stuck in my throat. My Instagram is Miss Baguette's Bakery, in all one word. No, Frankie, she's bailed. In fact, I can play, now that I'm back home, I can play you what she said. And I wanted to ask her, do you need gender dysphoria to be trans? Because she kept inferring that, like in these messages, she was inferring that you need to have gender dysphoria to be trans. I'm still going to go live tomorrow, though. Her cowardice won't end it won't end the debate. We'll just get some people in and have a chat about. And do you know what I might do, Scouse? I might text some of my trans friends who agree with me, because that's the way you win, right? Yeah, let me just pull up this. I can play this recording. Bloody hell, there's so many videos. Let me find which one it is. Was that? Where is it? There it is. So obviously she was live today about, well, it was just before the school run, wasn't it? So obviously, like, I didn't even know she was live because I was blocked. And I was very busy as well, setting up the PC. But I got sent this, so I'll just play this, and this is what, this is how I found out that the debate wasn't happening, by being sent it by somebody else.
We're not the people to be sat there having a debate about this. Now, as women, can you? But the trans community hold more weight, right? So I've decided I'm not doing it. Because, I'll tell you why. Miss Baguette only wants facts. Miss Baguette doesn't want to listen to people's opinions. And it's as simple as that. She's refusing that if I speak and I talk about people's opinions, people that have come to me and given me their opinions, then she's not going to listen.
Never said that,
So,
by the way.
okay, so EQ asked for more trans people to speak up, and all of a sudden they have. Yeah. Can I tell you, there's also a very, very bad situation. Well, not bad, but it's a very serious situation.
So that's it. Like, I never, like, if I'm asking you to do a debate, that's based upon opinions. Like, it's based upon opinions, but you've got to bring the facts to back up your opinions. But she wasn't going to do that. Like, it's kind of a given that opinions are going to be in it, but I want your opinions, Scouse. I don't want you don't need to go out and do field research on the high street and stop people and ask them, hello, are you trans? Can I get your opinion on if you think this is okay? Like, you don't need to, like, bring a peer-reviewed study and, yeah, let's chat about it, but people off TikTok, like, just what? Like, that was the reason that she said it was cancelled, but then she did say she's going for cream tea tomorrow. And then she did also make a post on a TikTok saying something about a family member going for an operation, but tomorrow. But I asked you to tell me the date. Like I said, name your time and date and I'll be there. So why name a date you can't do? Like, yeah, like, I've got a trans friend, I can't be transphobic. No, you can totally, like, that's just shit. Oh, by the way, bad advice, are you taking Angie on a date? I left the live and I didn't know how that ended up. Lisa, where have you been? Let's have a catch up in a bit. Yeah, and Frankie, this is the thing, like, I wasn't by any means wanting to go out on a pedestal and be saying, everyone should listen to me. I wanted to know her opinions, nothing else. I wanted to know where are you getting this from? Like, I want you to explain to me, where are you getting everything from that you're talking about? Can you substantiate it in any way? And I can only surmise that the reason she's bailed is because she can't. Like, which is lazy at the end of the day, because she probably could have, there's places she could have probably gone to find stuff that backed up things that she was saying, but she just was lazy and just buggered off to bloody cream cake land. Which is annoying. If anyone wants to come in the box, by the way, you totally can. I feel like I've talked so much. Hustle, yeah, but Alicia went into her live and she said she didn't want to date Hustle. I'd take Angie on a date for 5 unis. I actually would. I'm sure there's like places where you can go where the tables are extra long so you're further away from the person that you're with. I wonder if it replies to someone saying about digital footprint on TikTok won't be around forever, but TikTok probably won't be around forever, but there's a lot of people who upload stuff to YouTube. I'm one of them. One of Scout Slayer's lives, 70 odd minutes of it is on my YouTube. And it'll be there forever. Which I think she forgets. Bagel! Oh, we might have a bagel soon. I had a massive dinner, what felt like a massive dinner. It weren't massive. It was literally on a side plate. But it felt massive to me because I had a piece of salmon and then a little bit of mash and a little bit of peas, and I couldn't eat it all. But it felt massive, but I probably need to eat in a bit, so I'm going to have a protein bagel.